Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Aries EDC. So, picking up where I left off on the May builds, I have the Bloom XL, the Thorn, and the Torcido all heat treated and tempered and ready. So these guys just need to get cleaned up. I started on the edges and the crown on this one, rounded that guy off. See, still some work to do on it, but it's looking pretty good. And got to get all that still cleaned up, so I'm still working on that. But I don't really worry about too much of this area because I still have to do the handles, and that's going to get done when I do the handles. So I'll leave it until I do the handles, but around the blade is where I'm kind of focusing a lot of efforts on and getting that area nice and smoothed out. But again, I hit it again after I'm done with the handles and everything, just so everything is nice and clean. So these guys are all looking pretty good. Just got to get them all cleaned up, and then we put the maker's mark on them, and then these two are going to get acid etched and tumbled. And this one I'm just going to go with the hand satin finish. This is kind of like the prototype. This is the first one I've done. So this is like the prototype build on this. Is the first one, so it's kind of special. And then you guys by now have seen all the handle materials that came in, so hopefully in this video I'm gonna get to cleaning these up, getting these two acid etched and tumbled, getting this one and getting them at least ready for handles, and maybe we can at least get to gluing up the handles. Possibly. We'll see what the next couple days is like. So let's get to work. Quick update, the Torcido looking good. Whoa, what happened there? I'll have to hand sand that out a little bit. So these three, Torcido looking good. I haven't even thrown this on the polishing wheel yet, but we will after the next step. Got the Thorn looking good. Remember, this is going to be acid etched and tumbled, so all of that's going to disappear. And the Bloom XL looking good. Got it nice and cleaned up and ready for the next step, which is the maker's mark. So I'm going to put the maker's mark on here, and then these two, after the maker's mark, I'm going to clean it up. Then these are going to get acid etched and then tumbled. This one is just going to keep a hand satin finish. So I got to put the maker's mark and the designer mark on here, the two marks, and then we'll come back and show you guys what I've done. So I'm going to go, well, I need to see what time it is first, and then see how much time I have this morning to get this stuff done. If not, I'll hit it tomorrow and I'll follow up with you guys. Woo, boy. Are you guys ready? All right. Maker's marks on that one. The Thorn is there. I'm a little concerned that that's a little shallow. I think I'm hoping once I acid etch it that it's not going to acid etch that out. So we'll see, fingers crossed. And then the Tobico, or not, the Torcido, got that. And pow, the Cheeto Bandito Maker's Mark. So that's his designer Maker's Mark on there, and mine. Put it on the polishing wheel. Got that. That took a polish real quick. So I got to be careful. That's almost too polished, but it looks pretty darn good. So got to acid etch these two and tumble. And while they're acid etching and tumbling, I have to build the handle scales for this one. Just a reminder, it's getting the ironwood and the crushed turquoise resin material as an inlay. So I gotta build a scale with all those pieces in there, and then we can cut it out and start working with it. So it's gonna be pretty cool. So I am happy with the way that it's turning out so far. But I have family to get to, so I'll catch you guys on the other side. All right, guys, so like I said, we're gonna acid etch these two. So I have them cleaned up and prepped, ready to be dropped in the etch. I use a mixture of ferric chloride and apple cider vinegar. And those two things, it's like a 60-40 split. And then I have been using this method for a while now, and it seems to work really well. So I'm going to put these guys in. They're going to soak for 20 to 30 minutes, somewhere around in there. And then I'm going to, once they are in the solution, then I'm going to do something different. Normally I would take them out, wash them off, throw them in my sodium bicarbonate mixture, which neutralizes all the acids, and then I tumble. I go straight into the tumble. So it's like boom, boom, straight into the tumble. But I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to try to do what I used to do. I'm going to etch it, and then I'm going to wash some of the excess etching off, put it in the neutralizer, and then I'm going to dry it off really well, hit it with some oil like WD-40, and then I'm going to let it soak. And that's what that's going to do, is going to really soak that etch onto the blade. I'm not going to touch it, I'm not going to wipe it, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to dunk it, try to wash it off, dunk it back in here, dry it off real well with some compressed air, and then boom. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll turn out nice, and then it will soak for a while. And then when I do that, I'll turn my attention to some handle material, which I'm going to do. So we're going to go into the soak here in a second, and I'll come back to you guys when we're done. All right, guys, we've been soaking for 20 minutes, so I just want to pull it out, take a look, see what it looks like. This looks like it's the Thorn, and you can see nice and dark, got that nice dark etch to it. Now that is all oxidation on the surface. That is not technically what it looks like. Oh no, my goodness. Let me put that back in, because I'm about to lose it here. All right, so got the Thorn, and then the Bloom XL, nice and black. Let me see. Yeah, it looks good. It's funny that the logo did that. That's kind of interesting. It didn't do it on that one, but that's cool. All right, so I'm gonna wash these off, then I'm gonna bring them back. I'm basically just gonna hose them off, try to get this excess acid etch off, put it right in here so that will stop the etching. And then what I want to do is I'm going to let them soak. I'm going to oil soak them for about 10-15 minutes, and that will allow that etch to really set, and then we'll go throw it in the tumble. So let me go hose this off, and then when I come back, I'll be pulling it out of this container. All right, so I got it in here soaking. Hold on. Close all these doors off. All right, so I'm like trying to do this with a camera. It's not easy, so let me cover this. That is done. And I washed them, and now they've etched, so we can take a look at that blade. And you can see got the nice dark etching, so it's gonna probably be this gray color, but it got a nice pretty smooth looking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the air compressor, I'm gonna blow this off, and I'm gonna spray it down with some WD-40, and I'm just gonna let them soak. I'm gonna hang them, and I'm just gonna let them soak in the WD-40 and do that. So I don't want to take a paper towel and rub it, because that will rub some of this excess off, and I really want it to set. Normally, I would just take it at this point and throw it straight into the tumble, which works also, but I want to try this. I want to do this a little differently this time. So let me go clean these off and spray them down, and then I'll get back to you when they're ready to be put into the tumble. All right, guys, I know, dirty workshop, but I think this gives you a good idea of what it's gonna look like. Got that nice dark tinge to it. And we're just gonna let these guys hang out for, I'm gonna let them hang here for, I don't know, good 5-10 minutes. We'll see how they're doing. And then I will, I don't know if I'm going to be able to throw them in the tumble today. I got that. I'm only going to tumble them for like another 10-15 minutes. We'll see how much time I have. I might let these guys soak for a little bit longer. So, I'll tell you what, I'll check back with you guys when I pull them out of the Stonewash tumble machine right there. Bing. Woo. All right, let's take this out. It's been about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, somewhere around. So let's just check. Let's just see where we're at. This is going to be very ugly, just so you guys are aware. Longest screw ever. All right. Oh no. All right. Let's go fishing. All right. I see one. We have the Bloom XL. So I have some really fine steel wool. And we'll just see what we got. Not bad. I need to do a little bit more work on that. Obviously I need to get it really cleaned up, see what we got. I may want to do another etch, but I don't know. My experiment, I don't think worked. So let me get these cleaned up, and I'll check you guys on the other side. All right, so, well, you see I have the Torcido all taped up, ready for the handles, which I'm working on. So we have the Thorn, and I was concerned about the Maker's Mark going away, but it's still there. So what do you think? I think the Thorn has a nice light stone wash, nice acid etch on it. Looks not bad. I don't think that looks too bad. And then the Bloom XL. So this was a lot of experiments in one. I experimented with not hand sanding it before I acid etched it, and you can still see the belt finish on it. And that's really up to whoever's going to get this. Some people like that. Some people would rather that not be there. So what I'm gonna do is, by the time you guys see this video, I've already sent some pictures along to the owner to see how they feel about how they're looking so far. If they want me to acid etch it again, I can acid etch it again for a little longer. I can maybe do another 30-minute soak on this, and that might smooth some of these lines out, but it's not gonna totally get rid of it, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. What's funny is I did the same belt and same belt and everything on this, and you can't really see those lines on the Thorn. Very, very interesting. So I'm gonna clean these guys up just a little bit more and then send some pictures off to their new owners, see how they feel about how they're looking. I don't think they look too bad, actually. Pretty happy with it. The Thorn especially. Thorn looks really good. The Bloom, I'm really contemplating throwing it back in the etch, but we'll see what that person feels. You never know when you acid etch something what it's going to end up looking like until you pull it out. So this is it so far, but looking pretty good. Oh, and I have started the scales on this thing. I'm holding that. I'm gonna hold that for something else. They're looking pretty amazing, and a lot of work is going into it just based off of what I'm gonna do with it. So anyway, something to look forward to. So let me take some photos and get that sent off, and we'll let you know what we're gonna do. All right, so update. I just decided myself to fix my tumble solution a little bit. I added just a little bit of liquid, a little bit of magic sauce in there, and boom. That is so much better of a finish. I think got the tumble a little bit better, threw them in for another 10 minutes, and that is looking much better. Look at that. A Thorn. Yep. Got that nice acid etch. That nice tumble, looking good. So I'm happy. I'm much happier with the way these are looking right now. Torcido always looking amazing. So I am happy with the way that these guys are looking right now. So guess what? It's time to start talking handles. The Thorn, as a reminder, is getting the ultraviolet, which is the purple and yellow kieranite, and the Bloom XL is getting the lava flow kieranite. So it's getting the lava flow, and then Torcido, well, this is getting a full custom handle. Desert Ironwood and the crushed turquoise and resin material. It's going to get a little inlay of that, and it's going to look pretty sick. So I got those I'm working on those handles right now so I could build the scales for it, but that will be on the next video that I do. So thank you guys for watching. Please, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I'm still a long ways away. So please subscribe, like, leave a comment or not. That choice is yours. Thanks a lot, guys.